In Civ 6, or Civilization 6, Domination's the hardest and by far the most effective victory type to go after. Wait, you want to go for a science victory in Civ 6, like a little bitch? Nah, the real TheCivLifeR subscribers go for Domination in Civilization 6, and when that doesn't work, you go for late game, and when that doesn't work, you restart the game and go for Domination again. But which Civ is the best Domination leader in Civilization 6? Well, today I'm here to give my top 10 war crime simulators in the game. The first honorable mention is going to be Gaul, the only dude who looks better without a shirt on than Putin. I mean, look at these majestic pectoralis majors. They are an honorable mention despite a mid-tier unique unit because of the secret Gallian strategy to get man-at-arms in the first 30 turns. You get ironworking for your oppidum, build the oppidum, and get apprenticeship early on for a free medieval era man-at-arms unit in the ancient era. After Marty McFly comes back from the future with advanced weaponry, you build 2 to 3 of them, and then attack your first target as you will literally two-shot cities. Aside from that, they aren't really built for full-on domination, kinda to be expected since in real life Ambiorix did get his clan removed from Earth after testing Rome, but this early game strategy rush is strong, effective, and one of the best in Civilization 6, giving him the first honorable mention slot. The second honorable mention slot goes to Hungary, who can levy units for cheap and upgrade them for the price of a used condom. Some people might have Matthias higher up, and that's fine, but unless you set up a game with city-states and Himiko, it's not as strong or reliable. And if the AI is able to steal your city-state allies, then it's just game over at that point. You'll lose the levied units, and one envoy from levying units isn't exactly a Fort Knox strategy considering the AI getting mysticism can completely halt your domination advances. But when it does work, it works, as you can get up to 80 combat strength swordsmen in the perfect start, with Himiko, a great general, flanking bonuses, as well as promotions and Hungary's unique levy ability. Overall, Hungary have some of the most firepower in the game when wiping his ass with the Geneva Convention, but when a single troll can pants you, leaving you more vulnerable than a Hiroshima citizen in 1945, they get the second honorable mention in my opinion. Before we get started, as always, leave a like and subscribe if you do enjoy, it does help out the channel a ton, and let me know down below which picks you think were either too high, too low, or any other civs that I might have missed. We're starting off this top 10 with a double header. We got Persia and Giga Chad Gandhi in Civilization 6. I have them both in the same spot since they have similar abilities, with them being the only leaders morally bankrupt enough to feed their soldiers crack. After declaring war, it's Persian tradition for everyone to sniff a line before going off to combat, and for 10 turns they get a huge movement speed buff, doubling their movement points every turn, allowing them to blitz the enemy before they can mount a defense. Chandragupta does the same thing, but it's more restrictive since you get the cocaine move speed buff like Cyrus, but due to the sheer inspirational ability of Chandragupta's physique, his units also get an extra 5 combat strength for the 10 turns. But it has to be with the War of Territorial Expansion Civic, which is a lot better than Cyrus's ability, but is also more restrictive in its use since Cyrus can use his abilities with just a surprise war. They both have great unique units, but the biggest reason they're tied is because Persia gets a loyalty bonus to captured cities, which might be one of the best things to have in a domination victory, allowing you to keep more cities and keep the attack going without stalling. They both are fairly similar though, and thus share the same spot in this top 10 Civilization 6 domination list. The number 9 slot goes to the Zulu with their Amabuthu ability, giving them the ability to build corps and armies much faster than usual, along with another steroid to Zulu armies and corps for 5 extra combat strength. I'm gonna be honest, their Impy unique unit is a travesty to the Civ 5 Impy, mainly because they lost the ranged attack before the melee, as well as spear line units being nothing more than crusty shit stains in this game. The big thing about the Zulu is they get free corps and armies by capturing cities, and like Persia, they also get loyalty when garrisoning captured cities, and even more when it's with a corps or army. The Akanda is also really good, giving you huge science and gold yields for every building in them, but overall the Zulu don't have enough firepower big enough to keep up with the top 8 domination leaders in Civ 6. Genghis Khan comes in at number 8, and don't be fooled by his Wong from Doctor Strange looking ass, cause Genghis's multiverse of madness consists of the best cavalry in the entire game in Civilization 6. All cavalry get 3 combat strength, no questions asked, and every time you defeat a cavalry class unit, you can rob them from the AI, making him the best counter to civs like Scythia, Byzantium, and Grand Columbia, since you can both make them weaker while simultaneously making yourself stronger. After getting a trading post, which is immediate as Genghis since teleportation is apparently one of his many skills, you get an extra level of Diplo visibility. Not only that, but you get double the combat strength for having a Diplo visibility advantage than normal, so with no sort of counterplay possible, you can throw a fucking Dothraki horde of Radahans from Elden Ring and wipe out the enemy with no chance of counterplay. And the Keshig, they're not Civ 5 Keshig, who are literally cheat codes, but they're still one of the best unique units since they're pretty much faster crossbowmen and can support great generals to keep up with your cavalry's extra move speed. Oh yeah, didn't I mention? Meth is apparently a delicacy for Mongolia, giving all cavalry units you build with an Ordu in the city 1 extra move speed to the one class that shouldn't be getting extra move speed. That's up to 6 move speed for light cavalry units, so now your swarm of Radahans are riding uranium-powered horses. Overall, the only reason they're number 8 is because 1, this is where the real big daddies, the real massive chodes for domination victories start, and 2, they don't have any support bonuses that give them bonuses to science, culture, loyalty, even healing and stuff like that, just like the next 7 leaders all have. Cyrus's father is number 7, and her abilities are easy enough to explain to kindergartners. 5 combat strength and fighting wounded units, and 30 points healed when defeating any unit. That just made me ejaculate. A second free copy of a light cavalry unit when you build one. There goes the refractory period. The Saka Horse Archer sucks, but the Kurgan is really nice since you'll get it early so you can get a free Pantheon, as well as more money to support your armies, giving her one of the better gold generations for anyone on this list. The only problem you'll face as Scythia is going up against walls, which might slow down your conquests a little until you can get battering rams or trebuchets or whatever. But the full heal and wounded bonus means you have an enormous game round advantage when fighting enemy units, and even in the worst case scenario, you're still getting enormous peace steals after deleting enemy units like a chromosomal aberration. Gorgo puts the Dom in Domination for Civ 6. Abilities? She's mainly focused around culture, nothing domination-y. The unique unit? Give me a baked bean burrito from Taco Bell in about 16 hours and I'll produce something more tantalizing than that spear unit. Although in all fairness, if you can keep them adjacent to one another, they are pretty good, but they just come too early and are eventually outclassed by swordsmen 5 turns later. But the real reason Gorgo is this high up is her leader ability. The culture from kills gives you a super early blinker you'll miss at Oligarchy just by killing barbs or city-state units. But the second part, every military policy card in her government gives her 1 combat strength for all units. This adds up to about 3 early combat strength, and with Oligarchy, you're looking at +7 for melee units in the early game after you get political philosophy. But later on, when you change to your alter ego Benito Gorgolini, you're looking at 9 combat strength from Fascismo and Oligarchy, and up to 6 extra combat strength on top of that with the military policy cards, and that's without Forbidden City or the Alhambra giving you extra military slots, making you at least 17 combat strength stronger for every melee unit, and 13 stronger for any unit, period. With all these buffs, Gorgo is easily number 6 on this Domination top 10 list in Civilization 6. The next 5 should be locks for any list, no questions whatsoever, but leave a comment down below if I am missing someone, or even your own top 5 or top 10 list. At the 5 spot is Macedon with an entire ability set, not only aimed at domination and making your enemies weep, but also using the domination to get culture and science to speedrun your own game. You get no war wariness, heal when you capture a wonder for every unit you own, no matter where they are on the map. Heck, they could be stuck in fucking Westeros for all that matters. As long as they're in the game, they will get fully healed. You get free Eurekas and inspirations from capturing cities with districts, and science for every unit you build in your unique encampment improvement. Finally, you got 2 strong unique units, although being the unique unit connoisseur I am, I can't help but notice that they aren't as strong as some of the top tier units, with the Hypaspist being strong in districts and on the defensive, and the Heteroi getting extra combat strength from a great general, and produces great general points on kills, and even gets a free promotion. Overall, the only thing stopping Macedon is the fact that you have to get a strong start to begin the snowball, since they don't really have anything aside from a couple average unique units early on to get the ball rolling. But after that, you're looking at an unstoppable freight train unlocking every Civic and Eureka in sight, barreling towards the victory of your choosing. The number 4 spot in the Civ 6 top 10 goes to Simon somehow makes those sideburns work Bolivar. He was number 1 before the April update, but even now all the extra move speed he gets is amazing. Commandant Dante generals, extra combat strength, and a unique pop ability each, amazing. The cowboy ukulele playing unique unit Llanero that gets a boost with every adjacent Llanero and full heals when Comandante generals use their pop, panty wetting. There's nothing they can't do domination-wise, except maybe tear down walls, but even that gets a boost, and siege engines now have an extra move speed to move and attack in the same turn. With Haciendas giving you all the golden production you need for maintenance, Gran Colombia has all their bases covered, and with an extra great general, a top tier unique unit, that gorgeous outfit, and promoting units not ending your turn, they are easily number 4 in this top 10 list. The Ottomans come in at number 3 with Ibrahim the Janissaries as well as the Great Turkish Bombard. Everybody's gangster till Ibrahim comes with the Bombards, which is exactly what you'll be doing as the Ottomans. Not only that, but the Bazaar gives amenities and strategic resource boosts for every different luxury or strategic resource you improve in the city. The real sneaky, underhanded tactic, though, that really separates the Ottomans from everyone else is their ability to limit city population losses to 0. The one domination civ who actually abides by the Geneva Convention, which is unfortunate, of course, not as much fun to be had with the Turks, but practically, though, the amenities boost, the loyalty per turn from cities not founded by the Ottomans, makes them one of the best domination civs in Civilization 6, and in my opinion, one of, if not the, best unique unit in the game in the Janissary. And coming in number 2 is going to be Byzantium, one of the best domination civs with their unique abilities giving you great profit points per holy site, and cavalry ignoring walls when attacking cities following your own religion, not even to mention every holy city you convert, which is extremely easy, including your own, gives you an extra 3 combat strength for all military and religious units. Did I mention that taking out units also converts nearby cities to your religion? His Bulgar slaying ways are so brutal and reverent that every unit defeated converts people in the surrounding area. Pretty much go, you know what, Eastern Orthodoxy sounds great, I'm in, after seeing their friends get absolutely decapitated. The Hippodrome finally gives free heavy cavalry units, including each and every one of the buildings in the Hippodrome for every city, followed by the unique unit, the Tagma, which gives all surrounded units a great general sort of buff, really rounding out Basil as a top tier domination in Civilization 6. Before we start with the number 1 domination civ in Civilization 6, I really have a question to any Firaxis employee who signed up on the development for this civ in the New Frontier Pass. What exactly were you guys cooking? Because they pretty much acted Doctor fucking Who in Civilization 6 with Babylon. They get a 50% science debuff, and in return, for every Eureka that they get the entire technology for free, no matter where it is on the tech tree. You could not know what boats are and sail the 7 seas with missile cruisers. The wheel? I don't know what that is, but let's go roll some tanks through Berlin again. Babylon is the greatest domination civ in Civilization 6, and the only reason he isn't number 1 in the entire game, in my opinion, as I outlined in the top 10 leaders in Civilization 6 video you should definitely check after this one, is because Russia can gobble up every great writer, artist, and musician before everyone else, and they theoretically can get double the culture great people points compared to everyone else. But Babylon getting free technologies, including planes as early as the classical era, although I did do that on an edited map, even without edited maps, you usually do get planes around the Renaissance era max, or even crossbows in the ancient era, bombards in the classical. It's just disgusting to put that away. Why won't you think of the children? I like Babylon, make no mistake about it, and the AI is at times too stupid to actually make full use of Babylon's abilities, but as the player looking for a domination victory, they are the undisputed best civ in Civilization 6.